Hey everyone, my name is Vera and I'm here to tell you the truth today. Your team is sitting on gold mines of medical data. In fact, your medical data should be a 24/7 engine for patient impact, enhanced KOL engagement, and ultimately strategic medical direction. But what does this actually mean? So if you look at the healthcare and patient landscape today, you already know that HCPs are overwhelmed with promotional content from many companies. Medicines are getting a lot more complex and require a lot more education and access to information. And lastly, therapeutic landscapes are getting a lot more competitive today than they ever really have been before. It is no longer okay to just measure the success of your team through the number of KOL engagement or only the number of publications or just targeting one channel. Instead, medical affairs teams today must show true medical impact on patient outcomes or unmet medical needs. And this is why data analytics and ultimately data-driven teams are absolutely critical in order to make real-world patient impact and really address those unmet medical needs. In fact, companies that are data-driven are predicted to take $1.2 trillion of value from companies and teams that do not adapt to being data-driven. So the question is, do you want to be the team that is leading and bringing innovative therapies to address patient needs and the unmet medical impact, to stay up to date quickly on the therapeutic landscape, to be able to ultimately identify the barriers that patients, HCPs, payers have in order to get the right medicine into the right patient's hands at the right time? So ultimately, when we talk about medical affairs teams being data-driven, what we actually mean is that they are aware of their stakeholders' needs through data every step of the patient's journey. What we've seen through working with many medical affairs teams across various different therapeutic landscapes is that once they really start to tap into their data, they get one of these four things. One, they get actionable insights that dramatically improve either patient outcomes or their HCP engagements. Two, HCPs and stakeholders are ultimately more excited to engage with those teams because they're actually delivering on that value. Three, medical affairs teams are now a lot more efficient because they're less in the weeds of their spreadsheets and data analysis, and they're able to actually focus on building relationships, getting the right information out, and focusing on their strategy. And then lastly, ultimately, the patients themselves are getting the right treatments at the right times a lot more quickly. So through all of this, what you ultimately end up doing is making yourself the industry leader because other teams aren't doing this throughout the HCP and patient journey.